While these are trying times, do not let them define you, divide you, or destroy you. We are facing a novel disease and a law enforcement crisis, but it is in the context of our complex, evolving civilization, a dynamic civilization that is a work in progress, and like our Constitution, always able to be amended. But before we can amend our civilization or our Constitution, we must learn to amend ourselves, our views, our emotions, our tendency to take a tribal attitude towards the events that define the times, but not our reality. This is not the time to identify ourselves with political parties, subcultures, ethnic groups, or anything that requires attaching a label to ourselves or to others. We are not a label, a one-sentence definition, a two-dimensional character on one of the static pages of history. We can be ignorant, angry, emotional, and narrow, or we can be intelligent, loving, calm, and expansive. We may have had either restrictive or enlightened backgrounds, but we can choose to be more than whatever our lives have been. We can redefine ourselves for either the better or worse. We have to remember that most of what we call evil is simply ignorance, the ignorance of frightened people who want to strike back at a world they can't comprehend, can't justify, can't accept. Like dogs on a leash that are poised to bite anyone who comes in range. We need to unleash ourselves and those of us we interact with, free their minds to open up, feel compassion, experience joy and empathy. We all need to stop and find out who we really are. And we need to stop the chatter, turn off the constant input from all the voices who dare to tell us what to think. We need to walk quietly in the woods, along an uncrowded beach, through a meadow of wildflowers, and drain the shouts of anger and indignation in our minds. We need to be clear, clear to see the world as it is, to see it and realize that it is a world we made and we can remake it. Yes, each of us working tirelessly have made this world, and if we don't like what we see, let us remake it, based on a new conception, not one based on fear and ignorance, but on love, joy, and knowledge. You cannot live in a state of love, joy, and knowledge and still harm another. That simply would not occur to you. Learn to think critically about everything that presents itself to you. Take the time to look beyond your first gut reaction and try to understand what it means. What is the deep hidden message behind the noise, beyond the confusion, beyond the surface? All lives matter, yours and mine, and because they matter, they must be taken seriously. There will only be one of you and one of me, and we must make our time on this planet meaningful. And it's not just what you do, but importantly, who you are. Your example can change lives. We can do this.